Well, folks, the green streak lives on. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Monday, July the 28th. Found a good trade today in a very sideways and not so friendly market for me. A day where the NASDAQ basically traded within about a 90-point range from the 436s to the 528s, about 90 points, and very sideways. Found a trade on my evals there. I'll cover that in a minute. But very, very sideways day. Definitely not my type of a day, but we found a good trade on the Dow Jones. A beautiful break and retest of the prior day high. So this is the Friday high of day. We retested that here about 10:30 this morning. Took the short with 5 contracts, kind of scaled off down to this level, and then held through this retest of the overnight highs and not the overnight highs, the previous day highs, and held on, and then finally got the flush that I was looking for. I was really wanting to hold on and get 150 per account on these Tradeify accounts because I need to have 150 $550 days on this top account. This is an account that I passed. This is a straight to funded. I don't need any specific days there. But this one here, this is the third 150 that I've got now. So 3 days of 150. I think I've had 4 green days, but in any case, so we moved the needle. And the crazy thing was that this account was copied with those, and somehow with the way the market was this morning, I had issues with Apex, and I had placed this trade and I got an error message, and this didn't populate, and so I didn't think anything of it. And then later in the morning I placed a trade on NQ on some evals, and it didn't populate. So then I realized that I've got a connection problem, so I restarted my NinjaTrader. I just left the Dow Jones trade on because I was comfortable with where it was going, and the market wasn't that volatile, so I felt pretty confident that the trade would be okay. So I restarted NinjaTrader, and then this populates, and I had been in that trade, but none of these targets, it basically put me in as one lot with 5 micros. So for that reason, this one here got taken out all at once right here for a full fill. So that's why this one's at 239 and the other one's at 150, because with those I had scaled out. But anyway, and then it had because of that debacle with Apex connection, when I closed this trade, it put me in a reverse position, and I closed it immediately for a $1 loss. So if you look at TradeZella, it shows like today is wrong screen. Looks like today's a 75% win rate. Today is really a 100% win rate. I did not have a losing trade, so to speak. I did have a little $2 loss on that reverse position. But in any case, here's today, and the good news is we're green on the month now, 150. Not much, but made up this red week that we had, and we've got 6 straight green days. Nice little green streak we got going on, and the best green day of the month. Now, we do have to remember this was with 3 trading accounts, and last week we were trading with 2, except for here we had 3 on Friday, which was basically a break-even day. So my worst day was 691. That was with 2 accounts, and so I still need to see a little bit better of a day to make up that account that day, but still had a good day. I'm happy about it. Let's take a look at the trade itself. I believe this is where I put the note. So it had a beautiful break and retest again. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to get into a trade today until I saw this start to develop. A beautiful hold there, 15 minutes of wicks holding there at VWAP and that prior day high. So took that short, and then really my stop was set at 34, or not 34, at 34. 45 134 is where my stop was, which was just above these wicks. I didn't necessarily move it there, but that was mentally where I was stopping myself out. We never got there, and just kind of scaled off along the way. So very, very good trade. So we were really retesting the prior day high. We were retesting this 45 130, and we had VWAP holding. So there was a lot of things going for this trade, even though it took a while to play out. I was in this trade for, I think, 2 hours and 40 minutes, or I make this a little bit bigger. There we go, 2 hours and 49 minutes actually. So almost 3 hours that we were sitting in that trade. But anyway, good trade. One and done. And honestly, I'm really starting to like this 1 to 2 trades a day. I'm really just finding my setup and then taking the shot. So very happy with it. Good day, good start to the week once again. Love that. Let's keep this green thing rolling. So yeah. Now for the good news, bad news on the eval front. I am copy trading these two Apex 50Ks, and this is the Alpine account. If you're following the channel, you know that I want an account from Alpine Trader, and so we're up 2,200 in profit now, and this is just an eval, but up 750 today. And again, I am copy trading my funded accounts. That's where I'm trading. This is a copy trade, and the Alpine account is a double size. So if I'm in with 5 micros on my 50K accounts on the funded side, on this Alpine account, I'm in with 10 micros, and that's hence where the extra profits come from. I did take one extra trade today with the evals, trading micros, and that's why this ended up being at about 400 and 750, and this one, these ended up at 150 and 240. So in any case, that's where that comes in. Now you see I've got 5 evals here that were up $1,000 in profit. And these other accounts, I was testing a strategy this morning on my sim account. It worked out very well. So that's why that's here. And then here we have the other 2 accounts that I was copy trading as well. A take profit eval that I've been working on in this Tradeify eval that we were at 1,700 in profit. So not too bad. So that all looks fine and dandy. But what you don't see is I blew 25. Yeah, I'm being transparent with you. I blew 25 evals this morning trading the darn NASDAQ at the open. So tested this strategy, I liked it, and this was just not a good day. Not a good day to trade evals. Got absolutely chopped up right here in this mess. So obviously I was trading with really big size, and then later on in the day I traded another. The first group was 20 of them. I said, you know what, I'm going to get it aggressive. I'm going to try to pass 20 of them. Well, that ended up in a problem. I was up 1,500 and then blew them on this stupid red candle. And then later in the morning, I traded 5 more, was up 1,500, took an extra trade, blew them. And then I decided to, and those were trades like this. I was just trading the open. I was really not trading my strategy. And the second round was just a price action trade, not trading my strategy. And I said, you know what, I better just slow down. So I waited until we got this second retest of the prior day high right here. And I think this was the overnight low, the pre-market low. That actually does need to be adjusted. No, that is the pre-market low. So we retested that twice. But anyway, I went short right here with 4 contracts, added to the trade, and ended up with $1,000 on that little flush. And I decided, you know what, rather than just blowing through a whole bunch of evals just because they're 90% off, let's take them a little bit more slowly. If I can do $1,000 a day for a few days, 3 days, I can pass those accounts. So I'm going to try to do that. I am going to add some more. I still have 5 more 50Ks, I believe. Yep, 5 more 50Ks. And I have 4 more 150Ks. I'm trying to get to 5 150Ks as well. So I'd love to have 5 150s and 15 50s. So I may add some more just to try to make sure I have plenty of them, because I definitely will blow some of them. Again, I hate trading evals. I really hate it, because just like this morning, you take stupid trades. I say you take stupid trades. You don't have to, but too often we do. It's like, well, they're $17. Why not give it a shot? Maybe I can pass this. And it breeds bad habits. It really breeds bad habits. And, you know, case in point, when I wait for a good setup, that's my strategy. Nice little flush, $1,000. How easy is that? So, not that that's easy. Don't take that the wrong way, but it's just, the point is, I slow down, trade the strategy. That's what I got to tell myself. But I am trying to take advantage of this 90% off sale and get to 20 funded accounts. So anyway, good day, bad day, so to speak. I'm happy with it. Obviously, the meat and the potatoes is what am I doing with my funded accounts, not what am I doing with my evals. So. But anyway, taking you along on that journey. And again, I have a personal desire, very much so, to get this Alpine account passed. I've never had a 150K, so I've never had a 150K funded account. So I definitely want to try to get this sucker across the finish line. And we got a nice little start going so far. So anyway, that's that. Just a reminder, while we're talking about evals, this 90% off sale, don't miss it. If you trade Apex, don't miss this 90% off sale. It doesn't come around that often. And thank you for those of you that I can't speak. I'm trying to talk too fast. Thank you for those that use code BCT. I do appreciate that very much. Or use your favorite influencer's code, but whatever. Take advantage of that discount. And obviously, thank you to those of you that use my code. It does support the channel. BCT gets you the best deal with Apex, Take Profit Trader, and TradeZella. So again, good day. Happy with it. I'm really glad that the green streak keeps running. Again, I'm not putting a lot of stock into it. I mean, there's going to be a red day here and there. That's just the way it is. But I am seeing the market well. I'm really liking this transition to the 5-minute chart and trading off the 5-minute chart. And if I'm disciplined on my funded accounts with the break and retest, and again, the prior day highs, prior day lows have been really, really, really good for me. And that was once again the trade today. We took a break and retest of the prior day high short, and it worked out great. So in any case, just got to keep the head on straight and keep pushing these accounts along. I thought about increasing my position size, but I'm going to just wait a little bit. I want to get a little bit more green on the accounts before I increase the position size. Right now, I feel like I'm seeing the market well, and I feel like it would be worth increasing the size a little bit to try to get to a little bit more profits on winning trades. But again, I don't want to get ahead of myself. So that's that. Last but not least, I am not going to have a trade plan up video tomorrow morning. I will be taking the morning off. I may or may not trade the afternoon session. It just depends. I've got some commitments tomorrow. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me. So I may or may not trade tomorrow at all. So if there are no update videos tomorrow like a trade recap, or obviously there's not going to be a morning trade plan, I will have an update again, or should have an update again on Wednesday. I do plan to trade again on Wednesday. So anyway, we will see how the market shakes out over the next couple of days. We've got 4 straight days of news starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is light. We have, what do we have tomorrow morning? Jolts 10 o'clock, Jolts job openings at 10. That's probably going to be a little bit of a mover, but it really feels like maybe this market is waiting for some of this data to hit. And obviously the data can definitely make a big impact. So looking at the markets themselves, we did gap fill finally on the NASDAQ today and pushed right back up out of it. This market definitely feels very bullish. It just does not want to break down, and I was shorting this morning on a lot of my trades that I took on I didn't take that many trades on evals, but the ones I did, for the most part, I was shorting. And this market just doesn't want to break down. Very, very strong. ES, we did get the gap fill and fell below it, pulled back into this level and pushed back out of it. So we'll see what this does overnight and tomorrow. Dow Jones, we had filled the gap prior to market open, and then on the Russell, we also filled the gap and are sitting below that gap fill level. So anyway, we shall see if this bull train continues barreling down the tracks. But all right, I'm rambling. I got to shut up. Thanks again for following along. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.